Thursday night football, we got the Saints versus the Rams. New Orleans, they need to pray to the football gods in this game. You want to know why? Because the football gods have to make sure that they can bless Dennis Allen with the ability to look like a good coach in this game, because there is an obvious mismatch going into this matchup. And you know what it is? It's the coaching staffs. Dennis Allen, this dude is one of the worst head coaches in the National Football League. And if you're a Saints fan who doesn't remember me from shitting on you in the offseason, hey, welcome back to the podcast. I'm happy to tell you that I told you so. You're 7-7 right now. You're fighting for your playoff life. And this is a big game for not only you in terms of keeping pace with Tampa Bay for the NFC South, but also if you could win this game, then you could take over that 7th spot from the Rams. So you could put yourself in the position with the win in this game that you don't have to win this division to get into the playoffs. The Rams, though, they are a really good football team. And it's really shocking at how good they've been. Going into this season, I wasn't expecting this team to be a playoff team. I thought Matthew Stafford was going to miss a couple of games. I thought the defense was going to be terrible. But Sean McVay, he's been coaching his ass off, and he should be in the Coach of the Year conversation. I don't think he's getting enough talk about it. You got Puka Nacua, Kyron Williams, who are two of their best young players on this offense, especially Kyron Williams. Ever since he came back from that injury, this offense has looked completely different. Matthew Stafford, he's playing at an MVP level. And you look at the New Orleans Saints, I'm looking at Derek Carr. I need this brother to show up. This brother is stealing money from the city of New Orleans. Saints fans know that Derek Carr has been a really big disappointment. He was supposed to take this offense to the next level. People thought that it was Jameis Winston and Andy Dalton who were holding the offense back last year. You paid Derek Carr all that money in free agency, and he has to look like a bigger upgrade nowhere than what you had last year. And some people may argue that Jameis Winston could be better than Derek Carr. All this dude does is check the ball down. He'll take a couple of shots downfield here or there, but this is a really vanilla offense. And they really are going to need some incredible coaching to pull off this win. That's the first thing that needs to go right for New Orleans to have a shot at pulling off this win. They need Dennis Allen and his coaching staff to wake up on the right side of bed, need to eat a good breakfast, eat a good dinner, and make sure that they have a great game plan for this LA Rams offense. Dennis Allen is a defensive-minded coach. The Rams should not be able to score any more than 24 points in this game if Dennis Allen is as good as a defensive-minded coach as we all give him credit for. New Orleans defense, to their credit, they've been pretty good. But this is the best offense that you played the last couple of months. And do you know something scary? The Saints only have one game all year long where they've beaten a team that has a record of above 500, and that's the Indianapolis Colts. Outside of that win, they don't have a single game that they can show you can have confidence in them being able to beat a team as good as the LA Rams. They're going to have to prove it in this game. All right, can they slow down Matthew Stafford? Can they get pressure on him? You got a pretty solid front seven. Your pass rush is still really good, and the talent definitely is there in the secondary. You just have to go out there and you have to execute. If Dennis Allen and this defense show up, this is going to be a tough football game. The Rams are still mostly a fairly young team, so there are going to be some moments where they may have a missed assignment, and you can take advantage of that. Derek Carr, he takes care of the football, even though he's a check down machine. You know, you run this offense through Alvin Kamara. The Rams run defense, you can run on it. The Ravens had success running on that thing. And we know that the New Orleans Saints are nowhere as close to the juggernaut that Baltimore is. But if Baltimore can have success the way they did on the ground, so can you. You need to come out here and run this offense through Alvin Kamara. You don't need to put the ball in Derek Carr's hands. I don't trust Derek Carr in a game like this. He hasn't pulled through in a game like this all season long. You just think all of a sudden it's going to change tonight because Christmas is around the corner? The best Christmas present that you Saints fans can get is a game where Derek Carr outplays Matthew Stafford. The three keys to the Saints winning this game: Dennis Allen looking like a competent coach in this game. Pete Carmichael calling some good plays on offense, and Derek Carr actually earning every single penny of his contract for the first time all season long. You need a Christmas miracle for this game to go your way. And I'm taking the Rams. I'm not finna trust Dennis Allen. Like, you Saints fans are gonna make it seem like I'm hating on y'all, but I'm just telling the truth. Dennis Allen is one of the worst coaches in the NFL, and this is an obvious coaching mismatch. Talent-wise, there's not really a big gap between any of these two teams. If anything, the Rams have the talent advantage. Outside of Alvin Kamara and Chris Olave, who else does New Orleans have offensively? What, Taysom Hill? That's probably their third best player on offense. You can't trust Pete Carmichael. You can't trust Derek Carr to make big plays and these big primetime matchups. I'm going to trust the Rams. They nearly beat Baltimore. For them to be able to score the amount of points that they did on that Ravens defense was fairly impressive, considering how dominant the Ravens have been on that side of the football. I'm not about to trust Dennis Allen. Are you going to trust him? If you're a Saints fan, do you really have confidence that he is a good enough coach that can get you a win against Sean McVay, who's coaching his tail off right now? I don't. So I'm taking the Rams to get the win. 31-17 is my final score prediction for this game. I think the Rams embarrass New Orleans on Thursday night. It's just a big coaching disadvantage in this game. And if New Orleans shows up and plays their best football, then I say Rams win it 27-24. But I'm not expecting a miracle. You're going to need a Christmas miracle if you think that Dennis Allen's just going to wake up all of a sudden and be able to coach a competent game against Sean McVay. This defense is going to have to show up, and I don't think it is with the way that Sean McVay has been cooking with some of the play calling he's displayed in the last couple of recent outings that the Rams have had.